was saying tomorrow's a pretty big practice for the backup quarterbacks. But I guess what's your take on those guys right now? Just the latest?
You know, they both have been performing, very well. I think Ty went through his first 14 practices and didn't throw an interception. He had a couple in our scrimmage on Saturday. One, his arm was hit, so you don't fault him on that one. But he had another one. But up until that point, obviously, he had done just a tremendous job of taking care of the football. Played very consistently, very steady. So obviously, some things we still need to work through, but was very consistent and did a good job. Cole, again, very good. He started out hot, had a couple lulls in the middle, and then he's really picked it up here the last 3 or 4 days. He's had some really, really big time throws. He had a post throw for a touchdown yesterday. He had, I think, 3 explosive. I think he had 7 or 8 completions for 150-some yards Saturday in our scrimmage. So explosive plays, great arm strength, as we know, and continues to pick it up. So we're going to put them in a lot of critical situations. Have them work against the 1 defense. Have them work against the 2 defense. Have them work with the 1 offense. Have them work with the 2 offense here. Put them in a lot of different scenarios to try to establish some separation, if you will. Probably put some good pressure on them. See how they respond. And it'll be fun to watch. But I've really and I told both of them I have a lot of admiration for the way they've handled this and the way they've come to work every day. It's been pretty cool to see.
Are they making it tough on you?
Yeah, they're making it real tough. and as I told them, I said I've been through a lot of these over the years, and usually there's a clear-cut guy, or usually you're like, ooh, neither one of those guys can help us, which isn't good either. But I don't feel that way about these 2. I think they both are. They have they got really good characteristics that you look for in that position. They both work hard. They both prepare. They're both tough. They're both competitive, and so it's been good. And the cream rises to the top. So we'll keep putting them in situations and see where it goes.
What's the date? I mean, you want to have it 2 weeks out?
Yeah. I mean, whatever the head coach says, I'm for that. I think. We'll just let it play out here and see what happens. Austin, it's hard to get him out, because when he's in there, boy, we really function like a different team when he's in there. Obviously, as you would expect from a 5th-year senior that's played as much football as him. He's been really, really good this camp. His feet, his decision making. He's thrown 1 interception, knock on wood, the whole camp. We don't count the ones that like bounce off a guy's face mask and things like that. So, but he's had great decision making, been very accurate in both of our scrimmages. He's played really extremely well on 3rd down, and doing some different things with our cadence and some different checks at the line of scrimmage. And he's moving along. So it's tough to get him out of there, just for the consistency and the efficiency of the offense. But certainly, I think these chances for these other 2 quarterbacks will be good for our entire organization.
I was saying with the tailbacks, it pretty much almost feels like it's 1A, 1B, 1C with those guys. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I totally agree with Coach. Obviously, we talk about these things as a staff. Chase Hayden's been very good. He's had explosive plays. He's able to make something when things aren't there. He's able to make yards when it may not be blocked for 6. He may be blocked for 1, and he gets 6 somehow, some way, because he makes the first guy miss. He's just got a different element and different dimension the way he runs the football. He has a lot of things he needs to improve on continually, as we obviously being a freshman, but just natural raw ability with the ball in his hands. He's pretty dang good. And then David Williams has been a nice addition. He's been running hard. He's doing a good job catching the football. He's been doing a good job in protection, and brings an element where I think our team has trust in him to go in the game and help us win. And then obviously Devois, we think has a chance to be a very good player.
As a whole offense, you feel you're on schedule for this stage of practice?
Yeah, I think we are. We've made a lot of improvements. I think there's obviously with two weeks out, we still need to improve. There's still a lot of things that we can get done. and there's battles still going on at backup spots and in different areas, and we're still trying to take looks at guys. And a guy like Jeremy Patton needs as many reps as he can get. Guys, our wide receivers are so young. It's kind of inconsistent with some of those guys still. They need to develop more consistency. Obviously, we just talked about a true freshman running back that's got to be put in a lot of situations as far as ball security and pass protection goes. And then obviously when you have those two quarterbacks competing, we need to get a lot of reps. So a lot of work to go. I think we're on schedule. We need to be continue to continually look at to see who we are going to be and what our identity is going to be. I know what we want it to be, but we got to continually look at that and be working towards that goal every day.
The backup offensive tackle, kind of who you looking at?
Paul Ramirez has been in there. Ty Clary's really stepped up. He might have put himself in a position to be in the mix. Jalen Merrick's done a good job. Brian Wallace has been inconsistent. Some good days good, some days not so good, and he's got to get better. But Jake Rollerson's been in there banging it out with him. So we've been mixing and matching and moving him around. Colton Jackson is having a really good camp. He had one bad day, and I think kind of like it was like one of those deals where you go, you know what, you're going to have a day like that, and he really responded. We put a lot of pressure on him after that practice, and he's been playing very, very well. And so a lot of areas of improvement that still need to happen. Still some mixing and matching that still need to be going, but our center's playing at a very high level. He makes it all go up there. Him and Austin are on the same page. Him and Austin have been doing some really, really good things with our snap count, with our protections and our run game, and it's been fun to watch those guys. And we just need to have those other guys keep trying to elevate their game up to their level.
What does it do for the offensive line to have the center being the leader, not a tackle or guard?
I think, I can't speak for all systems or all teams, but I think when your center is a smart, tough player, it helps everybody. He in our system, he makes things go. He identifies fronts. He identifies pressures. He helps make calls in our run game. So, Frank's a real obvious choice to be our center, and he's doing a tremendous job. He studies the game. He's a tough guy. He's a competitor. He's tough and competitive. And the more I'm in this game, the more there cannot be said enough about guys like that bring that edge to them every day, that strain, the ability to go out there every day and grind and block and compete and don't want the guy across from them to win one play. And when you talk about guys like that, you talk about Sebastian Tretola had that, Dan Skipper had that, Frank Ragnow has that, and that's a great characteristic to have. And we're just trying to instill that with all the other guys up front.
Fullback's not a glamour spot, but, pretty important.
To say the least.
I guess Kendrick and Hayden are the main guys. How are they doing? And kind of what is your
They're doing well, man. Kendrick's having a great camp. Kendrick is really, really improved. He's playing fast. He's playing with power. He's playing smart. And you're right. There's not a lot of glamour that goes. It's kind of like adding another offensive lineman out there, to be honest with you, at fullback in our system. But he's catching the ball very well in the backfield when we use him. And he's getting his hat on the right guys, and he's straining and being physical. So, and then Hayden Johnson's had his best camp. Obviously playing as a true freshman, and then to where he's at now is much more comfortable, and he's a smart player as well. We feel really, really good about both those guys and their roles on our football team.
Kendrick's got kind of bounce back and forth offensive defense as soon as he's finally settled.
Yeah, I think obviously that hurt his development a little bit in the fact that we did bounce him around back and forth, and then I agree with you. He's settled in. I think he's in the right spot. I think he knows that, and again, he's having a good camp, and he's going to have a significant role on our team.
Curious to your thoughts on development of the defense in the 3-4. If there's anybody that sees it close at you and what you've seen and the look they've given you, because I guess it's been Arkansas against Arkansas most of the camp.
Yeah, I mean, during camp you have to go against what each other does, and even if that puts you at a little bit of a schematic disadvantage as far as what you're going to see in your first couple games, you can't be going to scout teams, and you want to see guys play fast, and you want to have to block structure, and I'm sure the defense feels that going against us doesn't help them all the time, because maybe what we don't do as much of this or that as some of the other teams they see, but certainly we have to go Arkansas versus Arkansas. It's been very competitive, I can say that, and I think both, the defense is playing extremely hard. They're playing fast. You can see from practice to practice the tweaks they make within their blitz patterns or their alignments and their coverages, and they're playing extremely hard. They're playing physical, and I think they're going to cause people problems.
Any more questions?
Thanks.
Sir.